Welcome to Survival Theory. Today we're going to talk about urban EDC, and in particular, more of a white-collar EDC. A lot of the EDC videos, the EDC carry urban, deal with you're just going into the city, you're wearing whatever you feel like wearing, casual clothes, whatever. So you can carry kind of whatever you want as long as it's legal, or maybe even illegal. Or they deal with more of a cool hipster EDC, where, if you live in Seattle or Portland, you can dress all cool and, carry a backpack to work. But I'm talking about a white collar where the minimum requirement might be button-up collared shirt, slacks, dress shoes, and you're not going to be carrying a backpack. 'Cause you don't want to look like a school kid. You're going to be carrying some kind of briefcase. So we'll go over that and discuss some options. Let's get busy. Now, if you're wearing a jacket or a suit, obviously that gives you more options. You can carry, put a knife on your belt. Now, I like to carry a knife on my belt, but if I'm not wearing a top, sometimes it's not appropriate. It might scare somebody. You know how people are. And I can't necessarily carry openly. But in the jacket pockets, I can carry my wallet up here. I can carry a knife, like a Swiss Army knife, in this jacket pocket up here. So it gives you a few more options on what you can carry on your person. Now, in a lot of office environments, I'm not wearing a jacket, and about the most I carry is a cell phone, my wallet, and a small pocket knife. But more often than not, if I'm dressed like this and I'm in an urban environment, I'm in a federal building or a courthouse, something like that, so the knife, forget about it, can't take it. Concealed carry, can't do it. So I'm pretty much down to a cell phone and wallet on my person. So let's take a look at what's in my wallet and what I still carry in the briefcase. Now, it's a pretty typical wallet. I usually have a couple paper clips. There's one there. I've got some paper clips in here. Of course, all the identification cards I need. Always carry some cash. And the only tool I have in here is this little monkey tool. It's got the screwdriver, letter opener, bottle opener, little wrench set. It's various little tools. And this is supposed to be TSA compliant. As far as taking this into a courthouse, it depends on who sees it and what they think of it. But generally, it's not a problem. So not much in the wallet. Now, the cell phone could be an important tool as well. You've got communications, text, or phone call, which is going to be important in an urban environment. But I've also got like this disaster alert app. It tells me about disasters in the area, anywhere in the world. I got various wilderness survival apps on here as well. You've also got, I've got this radio scanner, and it allows me to look at various police departments, sheriff's departments, EMS, highway patrol, different things like that. So that can come in real handy. So there's lots of apps that can help you out on here. GPS, your Google Maps or whatever map service you use, first aid app, GPS, I think I said that, flashlight, of course, it's a very important one. So the phone can be a very important survival tool, especially in an urban environment. Now, as far as the briefcase, I have this Mobile Edge computer briefcase. Now, this is heavy duty Cordura. I've had this since 2008, so basically 11 years. It's very heavy duty. It is Cordura. Used and abused, still going strong. It's got the handles here, plus, a shoulder strap, and it's got these shock absorbers on it. So it's been a really good bag. I don't know if it's still available, but it's a Mobile Edge briefcase. Well, first, of course, the basics. Computer and the cord I keep in this main compartment here. Here I keep my passport because that's usually what I use for my ID. I like to carry some cash, one card, and just my passport rather than my whole wallet, checkbook, some extra cash, just some basic items like that. Over here on this side, this is where I keep all the things that I might need. Now I usually carry this. This is a plastic double-edged knife with a little bit of serration right there. Now this will go through a metal detector, no problem. When I go into a courtroom or something like that, you know, I usually get through security okay. Of course I don't pull it out or anything, but it stays right there. So if I need to when I'm carrying this, I can reach it very easily. So I've got some form of defense. These sides zip down. Now this is where I usually keep most of the things that I'm using. I've got here on a cord attached to this zipper, I've got a rape whistle. It's a very loud survival whistle. So that may or may not come in handy depending on what's going on. Let's see, what do I got here? Some notes. This is my bandana. This is my tourniquet. This is my, whatever you can use a bandana for. I've got one, so I'm not worried about a lot of things. These are just very handy to have. And again, the main application is a potential tourniquet or to stop bleeding. I've always got snacks, and usually I've got more than this. I'm really big on carrying snacks. Let's see here, another notepad, calculator, some reading glasses. Here's a charging cord for the phone. Here's an Altoids tin, and I've got some various rubber bands and paper clips in that. So that's my, I guess that's a white collar survival tin. That would work for MacGyver, so. Of course, I've got various writing utensils here, carpenter's pencils, number 2 pencils, permanent markers, highlighters, blue and black ink pens, of course, hand gel. This is the hand gel for sterilization, because you never know what you're touching in those environments. And wrapped around it is some electrical tape. Now I think electrical tape is probably the most useful tape to carry in an urban environment, both for electrical equipment, wrapping a wound, mending something, whatever. So I just carry electrical tape on there, and it's attached around that handle there. This is also my small O-light. It's USB rechargeable, and I keep a little extra battery source so I can charge my phone, flashlight, whatever I need to. I've got change in the bottom, should I need it, probably maybe a little bit over $1. In here I've got some clips, some lotion, and I got a bunch, it's filled with USB drives. Mostly for work, but you never know. Let's see what else is in here. Of course, right here, even in white collar, you've got to have a patch. So I've got my zombie apocalypse patch, and I just keep some extra cash in there, because that could always come in handy. And again, there's my knife clipped on. Now in here, this is the goodie stuff. N95 respirator. Now this is a must-have in any environment, but especially if you're going to be trapped in a building. I mean, look at 9/11, those people around having to breathe all that dust after that building collapsed. where there could be a fire or could be anything. Respiration is very important. Now I have to carry an extra camera, so that's what that is. It's like a small backup camera. And here's a Silcock key. I don't know if I would ever use this because in most buildings water is accessible, but you never know, so I throw that in there. This is an emergency light. You dip this in water and it stays lit for 24 hours. Emergency toothbrush with the toothpaste built in. And I've always got emergency water, whether it's an urban or wilderness bag. I've always got emergency water. But normally I do have bottled water with me, because I like to always have some bottled water with me when I'm in an urban environment, as well as some snacks. I don't want to get trapped somewhere without water. And this little thing here, this is a couple of headphones. I don't use headphones very often. And this transmits my computer screen to another device. This is kind of like an urban survival bag. I've got some cordage in here. This is untreated bank line. Probably about 40 feet. It's pretty strong though. Another toothbrush, toothpaste, and basic medicine such as aspirin. Got some soap. I've got some aluminum foil, heavy duty. I've got lighter and matches. Alcohol prep pads. Some wet ones. And this is some duct tape. Probably about 15 feet. It's just wrapped around a card here. And this Altoids tin. Right now it just has some Alka-Seltzer in there. I've been wondering what I could put in here, so I'll probably put together a little kit. Now mind you, I can't put any, well, there's some things I can't put in here because if I go into a courtroom and go through a detector or an x-ray machine, there's some things I can't have in this bag. So that's all in that section. Of course, being in Texas, sometimes I can take a little extra protection. This is very intimidating under the right circumstances. Fits in there real nicely. I had to get a new laptop, so I went through my bag, got rid of the stuff that didn't apply to my old laptop, different cords and things like that. And it kind of made me redo my bag or my briefcase. And there's still some things I want to add to that. For example, gloves. I think I'm going to go ahead and put these leather gloves in there for now. They're not very heavy, but they'll get the job done. I'm also going to put a chem light in there. I just think that's a good thing to have besides a flashlight. Now, if it's raining or bad weather, I often have an umbrella. I'll take it out of my truck and take it with me. Either an umbrella or I take my poncho. And I don't care if it's camo. If I'm throwing on a poncho, I don't care what it looks like. So, we got a little list here too. Floss. A little small thing of dental floss would come in real handy. Besides wanting to keep your teeth clean for a presentation or if you're going to be around people, that's some good cordage. Also lip balm. That could come in handy besides daily use. Lip balm is just a good thing to have. It's Carmex, something like that. Medicines, I've got the aspirins in there. I might add a couple more. Like some burn cream or something like that. I think that would be really good to have. Maybe a Tide stick. Get something on your clothes, break out that Tide stick, it'll do the job until you can get your clothes properly washed. Also a headlamp. I've got 1, 2, 3 sources of light in there, but it'd be nice to have a small compact headlamp, because hands-free is great, and if there is an emergency in that building, you may want to have your hands-free, gloves on, headlamp on, respirator on, or your N95 mask on, and a map. That's pretty handy, but usually I don't need a map to get back to my truck where most of my gear is going to be. And as far as eye protection, I've got my sunglasses and that's it. You know, I don't carry any other kind of goggles. Now another item I'd like to look into, but I'm not anxious to get it, but I'll get it someday perhaps, and that's one of those belts where you can hide various objects in it, various survival tools. I think that might be really handy if it can be dressy enough for the occasion. Now I used to carry probably twice as much in this bag. I let a lot of things go, rearranged it, but it's surprisingly very light, easy to manage, everything's easy to get to. And I cling on this bag like my life depends on it, because my laptop's in there and, you know, that's my money maker, so no one's getting this without a fight. But if you have any suggestions on ways I can improve it, especially ways where I could still get through, you know, airport security, through screening into a courthouse, things like that, just leave some comments below. And thanks for watching Survival Theory. Please share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.